Hello everyone, this is The Empress Speaks. Today is July 18th, 2023. Before we go get into a reading, let's talk about Miss Carlee Russell, the Alabama woman who has been found, and we're very thankful for that. But a few other sketchy details are coming out regarding where she actually was, or just details surrounding her disappearance and reappearance. Okay. The family did an interview with a local news crew and indicated that she certainly fought for her life. She was in danger mentally as well as physically. And there are some other details about the family doubling down on the fact that her life was in danger. But there are some other alleged details that have been pouring out regarding her wanting to use this whole episode to stage some type of reaction from her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, that she was actually at the Red Roof Inn. This whole thing was a plot to get him to express or emote in some kind of way, because allegedly he had been cheating on her with a stripper. All sorts of nonsense is coming out. But what isn't math and what isn't making sense is the video footage that has been enhanced to show her getting out of the vehicle, walking around to the passenger side, and then perhaps going off in the woods. And so, there's also allegedly some video footage of her coming into her subdivision, and some neighbors capturing on the Ring video camera her walking very regularly with a regular gait up to her home. And as she gets closer to her home, she changes her strides and begins to limp and, portray some type of panic or escape. The parents haven't really said anything regarding where she was. Allegedly, there's some information coming out from the police precincts in that area saying they felt that it was a lie, or this was a lie, or some type of hoax. A lot of stuff is just coming out. A lot of details coming out. A lot of sketchy details. A lot of sketchy details that would indicate that something or someone has not been truthful, and there's more to come out, I think. And here's why this is a problem. Anytime someone alleges being abducted or taken, whether they be male, female, regardless of what race, it's a big deal, because human trafficking is real, sex trafficking is real. And the fact that she alleged that there was a baby or toddler or someone to that effect on the road that caused her to stop, everyone's concerned about where's this child. There are no police reports indicating that there was a child missing. Another telltale sign that this is just not panning out to be the truth is that there's a mother who actually lost her child. Her daughter was murdered in an abduction case, and she was leading the headquarter campaign to find Carlee. And she came out and did an interview and said that, I'm not going to talk about the details surrounding this case. We're happy that she's here. Regardless of this situation, it's terrible to lose a child, and there are predators out there. That said a lot, and said absolutely, it said a lot, but what it didn't tell us is that this is a truthful story, that she was actually abducted. I think there's some untruths being told, and they will come out. There might be some mental instability, which is something I picked up in the reading, and or some collaboration or conspiracy to come together to do something, but it just doesn't make sense. Apparently the boyfriend is alleging that he had been blocked from a Instagram or social media account, and then on the day of her disappearance, he was unblocked, and he shared that information with the police. And I think this is her a desperate attempt, allegedly, to get him to respond in some type of way to show that he was concerned for her. All I have to say is, when a person doesn't want you, don't let them have to tell you 2 or 3 times that they don't want you. When they say they don't want to be with you, let them go. And I know that sounds hard and harsh, but I've done it, been there, and have been foolish and crazy. And ladies, we have to keep in mind that this young woman is 25, certainly old enough to know better, but we don't want to judge her based on the mindset, accountability standard, integrity standard, and maturity level of a 49-year-old or 45-year-old. When we were young, we did as young people do. And this is the mind of a young woman who was rejected or feeling rejected or threatened by another woman. Allegedly, the boyfriend cheated on her with a sex worker. Regardless of who he cheated on her with, it should not have led her to do something so extreme in order to get him to respond to her or show he cares. This is a situation of some unrequited love here. Maybe she thinks she loves him, maybe she does. Regardless, I think she went through some extremes that are going to have a chilling effect on how people view missing people of color, especially women, and how people in Alabama especially prioritize finding missing women that are African American. So she set us back a lot with this, and as the truth begins to come out, we're going to see a lot of lies and deceptions being revealed. Perhaps the parents didn't have any involvement in this, but they seem to be doubling down on this lie instead of, I guess they're trying to come up with some kind of way to address the public or to kind of mitigate this PR nightmare that's about to unfold. There's a lot of twisted things. There's a young lady that I followed for years, a YouTuber. Her name is Nosy Ho, and I think she spells Ho Heausx. She's done has done phenomenal research on this, as well as Chronicle Speaks. So if you're looking for more details on this as they unfold, that's where you can find probably the latest and greatest, because those two have been on it since the beginning. But what I will say is that for women in general, this is not a good look, because we've got free will. And we have to understand, when a person is done with you, that karmic cycle has ended. Let it end. It's not the end of the world. Life will go on. You will find someone else who is meant for you, or maybe you won't. But you can't make a person be with you, whether she was abducted and taken or put in a dangerous situation or not. Her motivation behind all of this was purely to gain the attention and affection of someone who didn't have it for her. And this caused money. It has caused public judgment in the public eye, and it may cause the life of someone who is really abducted or in a situation of danger or harm or taken against their will, in which law enforcement is failing to act responsibly or as quickly as they would in other cases. This doesn't give them a carte blanche to not be responsive and do their jobs as law enforcement, but it makes them think very critically about whether or not this is truly a missing persons case. And I don't know if they handled this as if it was an abduction. I don't think it met the criteria, given the fact that a lot has come out based on the video footage. And if bloggers and YouTubers can enhance video footage and see the discrepancy and see the fact that the woman clearly got out of her own vehicle and went to the passenger side and off in the woods, if we can see that clearly, those who have the technological advance of law enforcement agencies saw that as they scrutinized that footage. From my understanding, there's also video footage of her entering the neighborhood, and also perhaps even at the hotel, or a call that came in. Regardless of the circumstance, I will tell you, the truth stands on its own. A lie needs a whole lot of accoutrements with it. So if you tell one lie, you got to tell another one. And as my mother used to say, some people would rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth. The truth is going to come out. So somebody needs to stand on the ground and tell the truth here. I need to get a sip of wine on that one. Anyway, yeah, somebody needs to stand on the ground and tell the truth here. So as this unfolds, it'll be very interesting. Give me your take on it. And also, thank you to my returning subscribers, and thank you for popping in to check me out and see how things are going. On this channel, I generally do a lot of Leo tarot readings, but I also talk about things that are happening in and around us, especially as it relates to spirituality, or tie in lessons for women or lessons for people in general, about relationships and different things. So if you like the vibe, I'd love to have you here, a part of our little community. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And we will get to a tarot reading for our Leos up next. Take care of each other and yourself.